Greetings, sisters and brothers. Another day that we have entered and now coming into a close. And so this is Deanne from the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360. So thank you for tuning back in. And I want you to subscribe to my channel, The Melanin Report 360, The Melanin Report 360, The Melanin Report 360. So I had a wonderful, exciting day. I got a lot of things done. Perhaps maybe my contract got a lot of things done. But yeah, my patio is coming along. So I got everything cleared out, which was definitely what we were aiming to do today. I have a little bit more of cleanup tomorrow, but he and his son did the majority of the work, obviously, and I feel so much lighter, so much lighter. So I didn't make it out to the gym, but I took a day off. I go pretty much every other day for some balance, and I ended up doing a extended walk at South Mountain yesterday. So that was really joyful, really, really joyful. And in the midst of that walk, I wanted to let you know that I encountered a couple of wild, quote unquote, wild animals. So this is what happened. I mean, I was in a public park and some animals came on my path, and I wanted to kind of capture the moment. So let me just go ahead and quickly read the fair use, because I don't know where I'm going to go with this, but I'm going to use some different names and authors and things. So let me go ahead and read fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So thank you for letting me to read that. This is the Melanin Diet, available on Amazon. The Melanin Diet, available on Amazon. Okay, and the Melanin Diet available on Amazon. So 3 times a good number for me. All right, so let's get into it. Yeah, I went to park about 15 miles from my house. I forgot they're digging up to put the new rail, because they're going to extend the rail to the South Mountain side. And so that's going to be awesome. It's going to be probably completed by spring, maybe spring. So that'll be a good look, because we go all the way as far as Mesa, and we got a couple of different lines, but definitely that was one of, when you do, perhaps you're doing a setting a chart of where you want to be, and the first thing I thought about is being close to the rail. So that was a good thing for me to be. I felt that in my spirit. And I was sharing with a friend that like the day I looked at this place, I told my I'll just say contractor, I told my realtor, this is the place. They had 5 other offers. I shared with her the story. I don't want you to see that glare. Hopefully you can adjust your screen. I think I'm going to film tomorrow in my living room, so you don't have to have that glare. So yeah, they had 4 or 5 other authors behind mine. So if mine didn't go through, there were 3 to 4 more authors coming in behind me. So nothing like a good taste of water. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, it's a good location. I know the ancestors led me to this location, and so I give them the glory and the praise because being relatively new to the valley, I knew where I wanted to be because I had that in on my vision board in my mind, my spirit, and it came, front and center. It came front and center. So I I just want to give thanks to my ancestors for directing my path and me being obedient to the will of my ancestors. And I've been really, really protected in this home, and everything is good. Everything is really good. So let's talk about animals. So because I saw a hummingbird and I saw a cottontail rabbit. That was really, I don't think I've ever seen one. It was like maybe 5 feet from me, really close. And so I wanted to make sure that even though we can communicate, talk, we talk, blah, 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 but there's communication on the planet in every species. So, the cry of the wolf, that the wolves, that could be a saying or has been a saying. But animals speak. And I have been so fortunate to have a copy of this book, Animals Speak. Animals Speak. Animals Speak. So this was written, I want to say the 90s. 1977. Yikes. 1977. So I was on the planet, but not too long. But yeah, 1977, good year. I think I graduated from middle school. 77. Yeah, 77. Seems like a lifetime ago. I graduated from PS 292 in the city called public school, intermediate school, IS 292, and then you went to high school. So that was my path in Brooklyn. Nothing like water. I don't think I've had enough water today. So forgive me for drinking a bit during this telecast broadcast. So yeah, Animals Speak, 1977. So that was what, 40 years ago, 45 years ago? A long time ago. This book was written by Ted Andrews. That's the name at the bottom. I'm showing you this book because, yeah, Ted Andrews. This is a definite must-have in your library because depending on what's going on in your life, and if birds come to you, if animals come to you, you dream about animals. I've had dreams about animals, whether it's in living color or if you have dreams. Those animals are speaking to you at some level. So yesterday I saw a cottontail rabbit. And I was born the year of the rabbit. So that was pretty remarkable that I saw that particular animal. And then like I said, I'm born the year of the rabbit. So let's see. I did see a hummingbird. I think it was a hummingbird. It didn't seem like it was landing on, it was really close. It was like maybe within 3 feet of my walking. So I definitely want to give those two animals, I definitely need to read it. But this is almost like an encyclopedia. And if you go to it, it goes into reptiles and this and that. And I use it as a reference. If I dream about an animal, I, look into as a reference. This is a total reference. I've never read it cover to cover, I have to be honest. But it's a good resource if you dream about anything come on your path, a way of dreams, or if you see birds, you see animals, definitely get that book. I want to give other authors, because he did a lot of research. I think he passed on. Reptiles, and birds. So he did a lot of research. I don't know how long it took him to gather all the knowledge, or if he went to the shaman, to gather information. That could have been another source, but definitely Ted Andrews' Animal Speak. I've had it in my collection maybe 15 years. I can't remember when I didn't have it, because I've been dreaming about animals about 20 years. When I noticed that book, and this was like, I talked to someone and she said, oh, well, there's a book about, and you can just kind of do the reference. And then I looked into this book. This book kind of it fit in my mind, in my heart. And so it really goes into the vibration of each animal and what the message is and what you should pay attention to. And so don't be without this book, Animals Speak, Ted Andrews. So we were talking yesterday a little bit about the justice system, how we can make it better, the promise of the new administration to make it better. We have to do our part, because this ain't no walk in the park living in this country, and we have to be strategic in our comings and goings and the crowd we can't come in contact with. We have to have a shield of protection around our body temple, and so there's nothing that will come to us or affect us, infect us. And so we can stand tall and make sure we are not attracting that type of energy. Because oftentimes, without knowing, you know, we obviously we can't pay attention to everything, because we are trying to live and survive and thrive in this demonic environment. So it's almost polar opposite of our energy that we find ourselves in. But in the midst of having knowledge and tools, this is, like I said, this is a tool, because this book has helped me uncover certain things that I was pondering about it. If I see a bird or I see an eagle, what is it trying to tell me? And so this book is one of the many tools we have. We can also look at our life in general, of saying the crowd we're hanging around. If it's cool crowd, if it's an in crowd, if this is a time to be kind of solo, kind of a loner. Sometimes we can generate that energy, and that's not a bad thing. We tend to look at things that isolate us. Now we're in isolation naturally because um, I had my contractor and his son came over, and obviously they were working out in the yard. It was a beautiful day, a little crisp, but really nice. The sun came back out because we hadn't seen the sun in a while, so that's unlike us. But yeah, so with that, there was a moment where you know his son had on a mask, and then Sergio typically 50-50 on the mask, but he'll put a mask on. But this is where we are. We're kind of isolated in ways, and because we have a tendency to kind of, like, I go a lot of places solo. I'm not happy to say that, but that's the reality. I know a lot of my girlfriends out here, they go solo, you know. And I have one friend who has I don't just want to say a special needs, but she has a service dog. So she can take the service dog many places that other people would, like no dogs allowed. But out here, I notice service dogs are welcome. Most places you will see service dogs are welcome. So that's a good thing. But we are isolated in many ways. So now it's a time, we've been talking about this for months. It's a time to kind of reflect and go in and see where we are, see about the dreams that's coming into our consciousness. Also, the thoughts we're holding. Are they freeing thoughts? Are they liberating thoughts? Are they thoughts that put you in a certain bucket? So we really need to examine that as we pretty much go into the half part of the winter, kind of at the half point, halfway point. So yeah, we should be coming out of the shell, if you will, and springing forth. That's what spring is: springing new ideas, springing new opportunities, springing um, new career, springing new opportunity with a business. So we have a lot of things to be grateful for. I think I shared with you, I was speaking with one of my healthcare practitioners that has treated me uh, at a holistic level, and she's come down with COVID-19. So I don't know how it got here. I don't know if it was like stirring up in the pot, administered. I don't know. It's here. We can do ins and outs about it, how it got here, who's responsible. At the end of the day, it's here, and we need to recognize it. There were so many deniers, including the former president. So, you know, we definitely need to armor ourselves with proper nutrients, proper diet, um, definitely wellness formula. There's some Asian teas. I have green tea. There's so many things that have so many good nutrients for the body. So theoretically, we quote unquote should not get hold of us. Shouldn't I mean I'm sorry. The fact that we should not get COVID-19, and if it gets a hold of us, it shouldn't stay. With the lady I talked to last night, she's had so many serious symptoms, and which was wow, wow, wow. So yeah, we have to really be careful and cautious. this is the season that we're in. Um, I'm not trying to say, oh, we shouldn't go anywhere ever, but I'm enjoying uh, I had Netflix. I'm enjoying HBO. When I put together some news, I watch a little bit of news, and some of these shows. I don't want to say reality shows. It's like judge shows. Those are really fun to watch. Interesting. The Judge Hatchet and Judge Maybelline. It's on one of my networks, and it's almost 24 hours of judge shows. Really fascinating. But yeah, I mean, I'm just doing some other things, including putting in some applications and for a host of not only work out of the house, but to work in the house, etc. So this is the season to be, on point, to really gather our spirit, our mind, our consciousness to esteem to a higher vibration. Because I believe that COVID is really a wake up call in some ways. So many things we took for granted before, and going to movies. I would go to a movie probably every 6 weeks, every once a month. That was my. I wasn't going into movies for like just going to a movie, but I miss going to movies. For example, sometime I would gather with other sisters out here, and we would have a movie night and probably have some dinner. So those days have like so far back in the I remember when category. So we cannot take anything for granted, because the year that we had, the last year, 2020, we were seeing clearly, right? But perhaps, a lot of people, supposedly a lot of people have perished. So this is very unfortunate, about lives lost. And I'm just trying to do everything I can do to remain healthy and strong. And, I still go to the gym, at least 3, 4 times a week. And I've got a Pilates machine. It's something you can hold and lift your legs and this and that. So it's really a good machine. It's portable. It's like under my bed, and I just pull it out before I go to bed, like maybe 10 repetitions, 10 even 5 times. So it's a way to strengthen the body in ways. So again, if you have if you need to make changes in your diet, I'll just say it like that. If you need to make changes in your diet, please, there are so many people on Facebook, on YouTube. They have excellent way to lose. I'm not so much losing weight per se, but I am very much part of eating properly and exercising and drinking a lot of water. Okay, that was good. Yeah, we have to do our part, because people I've heard in the last week and a half that have had COVID or they have COVID, I'm like, what? These are people that I would consider on the higher side of healthy versus the lower side of healthy. So it's just, I think Michael Strahan was the last one I heard about. And I just saw him on football game. I think they played Sunday. He was one of the commentators, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's always hitting home so closely to who you bring into your home via TV, whatever. And we just have to do our part, people. Sisters and brothers, we definitely have to do our part to stay healthy, to stay strong, to walk. Even if you don't have a gym membership, even if that's not the case, just walk. Just walk a mile, walk 2 miles. On the weekends, perhaps walk 3 miles. Take the pet. We can really get a handle on this thing if we do our part. So don't be so, I don't believe it's here, blah, 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 blah. I've heard a lot of people say that, and then someone who got it or they have it or whatever. So those are all obstacles that we have in front of us. I don't know if I believe the numbers, but it's here. Undeniably, it's here. So do your part to stay healthy, strong, and he will get on the other side of this. I don't know when. I don't know if the new administration is going to try certain things, 100 days of mask or shutting down or whatever. We just have to do it. I mean, I just, whatever you believe, if you don't believe it's here, if you do believe it's here, regardless, that's not a huge deal breaker because I know people right now who have it or who have had it, has had it. So whatever the belief is that you have about why it's here or how it came, I mean, that's the big picture. That's not so much of a concern for me. It's here. So while we focus on it being here, we can do our part to stay healthy, to stay strong, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Um, just do some simple things, washing your hands, hand sanitizer. I have 2 or 3 things. I think I have one right around here. Hand sanitizer on the table, So we can do our part. We can do our part because this is not going away anytime soon. That's my opinion. It is an opinion. I believe we have another year around this to kind of get it controlled. I think it was so out of control in the last administration. They didn't give it enough a reason, many reasons. Oh, it doesn't exist, blah, blah, blah. So I think that we were behind the 8 ball when the new administration kind of rolled in. So we have to do our part now to get in front of the 8 ball, so to speak. So with that, we can make a difference. We can make a difference. And so I don't have any updates on the violence perpetrated by the police in the various cities. I probably will have that information tomorrow, our last show of the week. And I really, 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 really feel that there is police reform in the future on this planet, in this country specifically. Because I don't know about you, but I don't know of any other country that treats their citizens so, quote unquote, black and white. Because I will never forget, I mean, January 6th, January 6th, 2021. And I mean, I saw an expose yesterday on one of the networks. They were just not so much behind the scenes because a lot of stuff was front and center, but we got a really big snapshot of what really happened. And some of the police were eating in a bed and they were, come on in, you know. So we have to clean up the police department, the detectives. We have to do a clean sweep. Psychological psychological testing, psychological testing. Because yes, some people are not psychologically equipped to wear the badge. Some people are. They won't see bias. But those are the tests that I think is critical for the masses to say, where are the tests? Where are the standardized tests? There's one or two or three or 20 out there. So they can definitely code it and they can show bias if it exists. And so we have to pay attention to the unfair treatment. I don't know if we will receive fair treatment, but less likely chance of receiving bad treatment or being mistreated. Justice system. And it was so clear cut from January 6th. They were almost like, I don't want to hurt you. I don't, you know, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. And those were the folks that were totally um, insurrection participants. So the police were hands off. I don't even know if they shot any rubber bullets. And they did the comparison, the side by side, and one was Black Lives Matter was like 269, if my memory is correct, about 269 arrested, and they were only peacefully protesting. Some people got out of hand, but 269? So we definitely have to make some changes. We definitely have to write our legislation. We definitely have to write our legislators, our senators. The needle will be ever moved. Either if we believe in the system, if we don't, this is the system we currently have. So to scratch our heads, I don't believe in the system. Oh, this is the only system we know. This is this right or wrong, indifferent. This is we haven't known another system. Is it too late to bring in a new system? I don't know that information. The system that we have right now is the one I'm speaking about. And that's the one that we need to use. To get any changes, make any changes, it's going to start from the bottom up, at the top down. Change is never made from the top down. Because the top, they have their money, they have their, luxury, they have their, maybe not a soul, but they have everything they feel they need. But we have essence of life. We have beauty in numbers. We have melanin. We know how to do things. We know naturally we have always been protected. Our ancestors' protection is all around us. As long as you acknowledge them and light a candle on their altar and celebrate their birthdays, all that we can do. And we can do so, so much. We can gather in honor of, my father would have been 90. This is his 90th year had he lived. And so I will have a special day and acknowledge his birthday, because even though he is not in this atmosphere that we live in, I can't call him and talk to him. I can acknowledge him. I can acknowledge him because his DNA is running all throughout my veins, throughout my body. And so, how can I not acknowledge him in spirit and in truth? So, this is what we are to do because we have the information, we have the understanding. Our ancestors are so around us, and they're protecting us and guiding us and keeping us. And we need to pour libation. We need to honor them. And if you need to speak with me directly, please do. And we can have a private chat and so forth. So I just wanted to share that with you. But we need some reform, definitely have some reform with our, I want to say military, police. We definitely, if lives are going to be saved and not lost, it would be in the great business of the current administration to do something different, to dare to do something different. You dared to put a woman of color on the ballot. So be daring enough to, start the conversation, implementation of wrong being made right. And the first thing you can do, reparations. The first thing we can do. So with that said, I will bid you a good night, a restful sleep. And, again, if you have any dreams you have remembered over the years, I think this is any of your retailers, book retailers should have it. Animal Speak, Animal Speak, Animal Speak. And my book, again, The Melanin Diet. So thank you for listening, tuning in. Be one with self, others, and love and peace and joy. And tomorrow is my Friday, so we will come on live again on Thursday. I'm on Sunday through Thursday, and like I said, I was born on Sunday, so I try to start stuff off on Sunday to commemorate and honor that energy. And so Thursday is the last day of the week for me. All right. So with that said, have a wonderful, beautiful, safe night journey, and we'll talk soon. Peace.